Forza Horizon 6 has an incredible time trial feature that's just like doing your own track day, except there's a worldwide leaderboard. So I set myself what seems to be the impossible challenge of coming first in the Forza Horizon 6 time trial, basically becoming the fastest Forza Horizon 6 player in the world. And this was one of my most difficult challenges I've ever done. I struggled with the cars, I struggled with the track, I struggled with the tuning, and my competition are the fastest and biggest Forza Horizon creators in the world, because this is part of the pre-release preview when these creators had access. I drove through the night, I tuned my car, I learned how to tune, I drove in different conditions, I had to reassess my driving, relearn my driving, and in this video we're going to see, can I become and stay the fastest Forza Horizon 6 player in the world? And if I can do that, I'll be the king of Forza Horizon 6, and I'll let you know what I learn about the handling on a wheel along the way, because we are doing this on a wheel. It's actually a big test for Forza Horizon 6, because if I can be the fastest Forza Horizon 6 player in the world on a wheel, then that's fantastic and massive news for thousands of wheel users worldwide. So I decided to start in the GR Yaris, which is the car that I enjoyed the most in the Forza Horizon 6 preview. I really got on with this car on the road. Fantastic on the road, and it has really good cornering, and I haven't butchered it with the tune either. Now on the road I'm normally driving in third person, and you can see here I decided to start on the time trial circuit in third person as well. Now I've made videos in the past on how third person camera can give you an advantage, especially when it comes to track limits, and track limits are going to be very important in this challenge because you have these little flags that pop up. However, with that said, I do think the fastest camera, in my opinion, in Forza Horizon 6 for this time trial mode is the bonnet cam you see here. So you can actually see the confines of your car, you can be really good on track limits, as you can see here, and also you have a realistic field of view. This is actually my experience with racing real cars in real life. This is more realistic often than the cockpit cameras in games, because in real life your eyes kind of like zoom through the windshield, and this is kind of what you perceive. So I'm in the GR Yaris here. I feel like I'm driving quickly. Look, I'm a sim racer. I've won top split races in Gran Turismo 7. Surely Forza Horizon 6 can't be more difficult. So I'm feeling pretty good on this lap. You know, maybe we're even going to get the challenge done this early, wrap it up in one lap here in the GR Yaris, which, like I said, is probably my favourite car to drive in Forza Horizon 6. So we're going to go over the timing line here, and it's really cool. You can see the leaderboard on your right hand side, but as I pause it, I'm shocked. We've gone 13th. We're 13th fastest, which is very slow. I was expecting to be much faster than that, much up leaderboard. So I went around again. Surely this time I'm going to be way faster. But no, I'm only 11th. I'm genuinely shocked that I'm a sim racer. I've come here to this time trying Forza Horizon 6, and I'm only 11th. So clearly this is going to be very difficult. So what I did then is I switched over to my Honda S2000, which is a car that I tuned massively. So I'd tuned this for the streets, and I'd put an 8-speed gearbox in it. Like you can see me absolutely rattling through the gears. The issue here, well, one of them, of many, is that I don't have good engine braking, because look how long I spend going through the gears. It's not like I'm in the right gear when I'm braking. So this gearbox does not work in this car. Also, I feel like the car is a little bit understeery. I feel like I've actually put too many powerful upgrades on the car, but I haven't done enough about the handling and the tyres in particular. So I just feel like I'm understeering and I crash the car. So it's time to change the car. I look here, I've got quite a few cars in my arsenal, and the way this works in Forza is that the leaderboard is split into classes. So I'm going to go here in the RSX Acura because it's right at the top of B class, so the performance points put it right at the top. What you don't want to do, I think, is be in a car that has performance points that are putting it in the bottom of the band. You want to max out all the possible points you can get in that band. Now this Acura is absolutely stock. I have not tuned this, I've not had an opportunity to ruin it, and although it's maybe again a little bit understeery, it's very predictable. It's quite a predictable car, and the braking makes sense. I'm actually in the right gears in this car. So we're going to see when we go over the line. Even though I thought I'd done a banging job of tuning the Honda S2000, I think I'm like the next tuning dude. Clearly I'm not, because we go in the Acura, we go over and we go 5th. So we're doing much better in a stock car. This is an important takeaway from this video. I think tuning is really important in Forza Horizon 6, and I think you can make a really big mistake. Now I noticed here at the leaderboard, that a lot of people in this class seem to be in a Mazda. And this should be right up my street because I've actually raced Mazda MX-5s in real life. I very rarely mention it, and I do have a Mazda MX-5 in my arsenal. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and not make the same mistakes as with the Honda, and we're going to try and tune this sensibly. So I went to the upgrade shop and I went absolutely berserk trying to load everything up. Now you have to normally try and balance this, but I got obsessed with power. I was like, how can I get the most power? And we're going to try and put this in the same range as the Acura. So we're going to try and keep it in that B range. We want it to be around the 600 point mark or so. So there's all my upgrades, 27 grand worth of upgrades, which I applied to put it to B600, which like I said, is the same as the Acura. And surely this is going to be faster because it's a Mazda. I've driven it IRL, I've tuned it. Surely it's going to be better than the stock Acura. So as you can see here, have a look at the handling going through turn 1, turn 2, and then look at the rear of this car. The rear of this car is utterly uncontrollable. Like, it just wants to do its own thing. So at this point I think, maybe I've really ruined this car, but let's try again. So we're going to go around again, over the start finish line. There's the billboard on my right hand side, want to be P1 here, that's the whole objective. Go fast into turn 1, go into turn 2, maybe a bit narrow, and again the rear of the car just wants to take me into the forest. So I've properly messed up this Mazda MX-5 and I need to save it. So now I've got to go in the tuning menu, changing gears, changing the camber, stuff like that, and hopefully that's going to make it better. So we're going to go around here and start another lap. Can I become the fastest Forza Horizon 6 player in the world? It's not looking great at the moment, let's be honest, especially not in this tuned Mazda. So through turn 1, through turn 2, trying to hit that bollard, and looks like the changes I've made, including stuff like ride height, have actually worked a bit. So we do have an issue there, but it looks to me way more predictable. And given that the Mazda MX-5 seems to be a car that maybe suits this track, and I can see that, especially at this hairpin, I can see that you want the back end to rotate around so you can get on the power early, carry the power early through here. And also these corners you want to be carrying as much speed as possible. You really don't want to be understeering through all these corners here. So potentially I've done a great job now saving my Mazda. Maybe the upgrades were right, but it was a tune that was poor. But now I've tuned the Mazda and you can see we're going through the gates here, having a good time. The gearing seems to make more sense, at least than my Honda S2000. Braking for the last corner. There's a split, but we won't know what it is because I haven't even been able to complete a lap yet because the car's been so uncontrollable. And as we go over the line, it's a 108.6. And I'm pretty sure in the Acura we did a 103. So we're 5 seconds slower in the Mazda. Now yeah, I made a little mistake here running wide, and I think again on this lap here, I just straightened the wheel and make a little mistake. But, you know, from a 108... Okay, so we're 2.5 seconds up. Maybe I've learnt something. I feel like if it's going to happen, surely it's going to happen in the Mazda. Surely this is going to be the chariot that takes me to number 1 in the world. And 2.5 seconds up is where we want to be. What about the split timer here? 3 seconds up now. It's looking promising, dare I say. It's looking respectable. I'm understanding the handling. The car looks like a completely different beast to what we were struggling with before. So again, the tuning is so important. If you can get the tuning right, I think you're going to have the upper hand when it comes to the time trial. Going around the last corner, remember it was a 103 we did in the Acura. What are we going to be able to do in the Mazda? As we go over the line, it will pop up on the leaderboard. I love this feature. And we're nowhere near. And also those guys are doing 101s. And I've just done a 105. So I'm still 4 seconds off being fastest in the world. So I felt like it was time. I just needed to pound the laps. So I literally drove through the night in Forza to learn the circuit. And sometimes learning the circuit at night time is really helpful. We went into the 104s in the evening, which is progress. Driving later, the sun's going down now. It's just me at the circuit. Everyone else has gone home. I'm pounding laps. I'm trying to improve, going through the last split gate, then the last checkpoint here. What's it going to be when we go over the line? Remember, we want to be getting close to 101s if we're going to get this done. 103 now. So at least we're kind of close to the Acura time. Now, it wasn't happening in the Mazda, and I saw here in the GR Yaris, maybe that was going to be my best shot. because in Europe we were 4th fastest, I think, in S1, but obviously we want to do that globally. We've got to be fast in the world. So I tuned the GR Yaris a little bit. Hopefully I'm not going to ruin it. And I went out at night in the GR Yaris. I feel good in the Yaris. I like the Yaris. We're already decent on the leaderboard. Maybe it kind of suits my driving style. I'm getting a bit better at the circuit now. You can see smashing down the gears here, going over those bollards, I'll call them. You really want to maximize track limits. Like, it's not optional. You have to go over them if they're the on the apex. Essentially, you want to make that apex as favorable as possible. And you can see a lot of these I'm just hitting in the face now, literally running over them, which is fantastic. And we're going to see what happens with the split gate, the penultimate checkpoint here, the penultimate corner really, and we're a second up. We're a second up in the GR Yaris at night time in the rain. Maybe the challenge is looking on again. But we're still 6th in the world. We're 6th in the world. We're not even as high up as we are with the Acura in the B leaderboard. So this is looking really tough. We're now P2 in Europe, which is great, and we're the fastest Yaris. But in the world, we're P6 in the world, and I'm properly struggling. So then I decided to throw absolutely everything at this, going through a ton of different cars, trying really different setups and everything. But we're going to rejoin me attempting this challenge here in the Escort, okay? So you can see this is in the C class, and stock, it's 456. Quite a nice car to drive already. I like driving this car on the road, but we're going to try and tune this sensibly. We're going to try and learn or upgrade it sensibly, learn from all of our mistakes. I'm not just going to try and put a ton of power in this car. I'm going to try and make it a really nice and balanced car, because I'm starting to feel like the way to be fast at this time trial is to carry as much speed as possible, as much momentum as possible, and I feel like smooth is going to be faster. Even though the circuit feels like a kart circuit to me, I need to be smooth. So not a ton of upgrades, but very sensibly chosen, I hope, taking us up to 500, so we remain in C class. And we also now load the track much better, and it's the morning. So we want to get in the 109s. The 109s in C class might be able to take us to P1 in the world, and we can say we're the fastest Forza Horizon 6 driver in the world at this time in this particular class. And how cool would it be to do it in the Escort as well? So firstly, you can see this car looks a lot better balanced. There's some times that I'm moving my wheel in real life and not too much is happening with the car, but I don't mind that too much as long as I've set the car in the right direction. So even though it's not the most responsive car, it feels like a very stable and predictable car. And that's exactly what I think we need for this challenge. Now the rain is coming down. Don't think that really affects anything. I think it's just cosmetic at the time trial. Otherwise I'm actually better in the rain than in the dry, which makes no sense. And you can see these corners here. Oh, we lose it. We lose it. Okay, but this lap, have a look at this lap I'm going to show you. Because this is going to be a culmination of everything we've learned so far in the Yaris, in the Mazda, in the S2000, in the Acura, and everything else. It's all going to come together here in this lap. So we go through the split gate, we're 3 seconds up. And if you have a look, the current best is 1 minute 13, and we're 3 seconds up. So as we go over the line, 1 minute 9, and in fact, as we pause it, we're 5th. We're back where we were, we're only 5th. We're only 5th, and I thought it was a great lap, but let's keep going. I mean, it's not a guarantee I'm going to be able to do this challenge. Now, how we hit that gate, I don't know, because it looked like we completely missed it. Look at my gearing here, we're in 4th gear here, trying to keep it smooth, trying not to do too many gear changes. We're just a 10th down, but I feel like I'm driving fast. Like, surely in this sensibly tuned car I can get this done and kind of do it for sim racing as well. Show the Forza people that sim racers can drive in Forza Horizon 6, how the skills are transferable. By the way, if you like these videos, please make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button right now, and share this video. Share it with your mates, share it on the forum. It really helps me out. Going through these gates here, the split timer is very uncooperative, I would say. It feels like we're driving smoothly, but the timer is not rewarding us, which is a big worry. Because I don't want to have to relearn my driving style here. I thought I was kind of working it out with the smooth stuff. Unless something radical is going to happen over the line, which it could do if we had a terrible corner last time. And it has done, weirdly. Now we're still 5th in the world, but That's very promising because it shows that big swings are possible. And this is the lap where I really did genuinely bring everything together. So we're pretty flat through turn 1. Pretty flat through turn 2. Great line. Over the hill. So we're in 3rd gear here, not 4th. And look how nicely we are on the power band. We're really nice in the power band. We've got a really good line through all those gates. Not running too wide there. Coming into the hairpin, we're going to go down to 2nd gear. Braking late. And on the power, nice and early, using that flat curb. Don't need to go all the way out wide here. We don't need to in this car. Hitting that gate as well, nice on the inside. This is looking very tidy so far. Through the split gate, we're 1.3 seconds up. Do not mess this up. 1.3 seconds is insane. Carrying the speed through here in 4th. 1.7 seconds. Which is a little bit of a madness, dare I say. So this potentially could be the lap. 2nd gear here. Up to 3rd. Keep it flat, keep it pinned. Now, surely we can get close on this one. And we go over the line. I see the fireworks. And unbelievably, we're P1. We've done it. We've literally just gone fastest in the world, inverted commas, in Forza Horizon 6. And we've done it in the Escort. And it's a culmination of everything I've learned. But I'm not going to give up. This is my top tip. If you do a really good lap, and you know, even if you get pole position in qualifying or whatever, if you feel good, keep going. Don't stop. That'll be insane. Keep going if you're feeling good. And that's exactly what I do here. I keep going, and the split timings are nice to me. We're just taking a little bit more each corner, carrying a little bit more speed. I'm clearly feeling confident. The splits time is good again. Can we shave a little bit more time off? Remember, we want to retain this P1 in the world. We don't want to lose it to a Forza Horizon Pro. And going through here, 3rd gear, so trying to keep the gearing nice and high. Remember, I think last time we were in 2nd. We went down to 2nd here. What do we do? Yeah, 2nd. Near the limiter, half a second up in the last corner, up to 3rd gear. What are we going to do over the line? What can we do? Bosh. Look at the leaderboard there. We are P1 in the world with a 106.9. Which is insane. Just look at my reaction after all this driving. We didn't give up, and this is what I thought at the time. P1 everyone! P1 in Forza! It is a proper sim racing game. So the cool thing about Forza Horizon 6 is time trials. You can then admire the leaderboard, you can take photos of it, you can send it to your rivals, you can put it in their face, you can see who's close to you, and you just feel like you actually went P1, which is super cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed this challenge. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you make of this game mode? And I'll see you hopefully in the next video.